just asking you to get a little further off the road. That's all I'm trying to do.
You want me to move off the road a little bit? Sure, I'll do that for you.
Yeah, just so I can get off the road.
Yeah, come on.
Okay,
I'll move.
that's all I'm asking you to do.
Yeah, I'll move.
Oh, you moving the parking lot?
I can't go on their property. I can't do that.
Oh, I'm asking you to.
No. If they ask me to, then I'd go. I can't do that.
They're saying that you were just on their property.
No, I was there. I got it all recorded, man. Up and down.
Okay, you might have to look at it.
You want to look at my video?
I just got the phone with them, yeah.
Well, I've been up and down here. If they tell you otherwise, well, they can do a PPA.
Prove it to me,
Yeah, they can do a PPA, and I can go ahead and go to jail, and they can go ahead and release me.
We'll just stay here.
No, I was about to move so you can move your car.
No, that's cool.
You sure?
I mean, I asked you to go in the parking lot. You're not going.
Yeah, I'm not going to go in the parking lot because that's on their property.
Okay.
And he already said I'm not allowed on their property.
Right, so I'll just block this.
Right.
Then that's fine.
I mean, if you want to, I can move down there, and you can go ahead and park.
Now, I want to make this as easy as possible.
All right, no problem.
What's your name, man?
I don't want to give that, sir.
Okay, well, I can tell you right now, unfortunately, you're being detained for a disorderly conduct violation because they're saying that you're on the property, okay, and you're cursing at them.
You can read that and return it in 1 minute.
I just want your side
No,
of the
if you're
story.
saying disorderly conduct, if that's my charge, they can take me in. I'll go ahead and do a PPA, and they can go ahead and arrest me, and I'll go ahead and fight it in court. As I said, I got it all on camera.
Well, that's great. I'd rather you just.
I understand it, but it's not my due diligence to prove anything. It's their job to prove I was on.
Harder than it has to be, though.
I'm not making it harder. They called the cops. I didn't call you.
Right.
But you can read that, or you can return it. But it's explaining the law.
Well, I know what the law is. I'm just
Okay, do you want to read it?
Story.
Do you want to read it? I told you my story. I was taking pictures out here. No, I can't have my property back. If you don't want to read it, that's fine.
Well, right now I'm paying attention to you.
That's fine. Am I being detained?
You are. I just told you you're being
For what
detained.
crime?
For disorderly conduct.
Disorderly conduct.
Or you want to give them your side of the story now, or?
No, I'll wait till they tell you theirs.
Okay.
And if they tell you I was in their property, that's fine.
All right. Cool.
But I wasn't.
All right. You want to take the seat for me then?
No, I will not sit.
All right. Well, I'm going to put you in handcuffs then, okay?
I refuse. If you do, I will be pressing a lawsuit against you.
Okay, you're being detained right now.
If you put me in handcuffs, you'll be getting a lawsuit.
258, you might come over here for a second, please?
Matter of fact, let me do this. Let me call my lawyer then. Let me call my lawyer. He says I'm being detained.
Hey, he's being detained right now. I'm going to put him in handcuffs.
I'm calling my lawyer right now.
Saying that he's gonna,
He didn't want to read my information.
Okay.
I told him before already. I've been up and down here, not on their property, on a public easement. It's up to you to do what you want to do, but I'm calling my lawyer.
They just said he was taking pictures. They confronted him. It kind of got back and forth verbally, but that was it. Okay. So they're saying he didn't go on the property. They said he was in the driveway. They didn't say he went past the gate or anything like that into the property. Are they wanting to press charges? No. No, they're not. Okay. No. That's a different story than I got. Yeah.
Oh, they want to press charges? Okay. So what story did you get? Well,
they thought they were saying you were on their property and you wouldn't leave and you're blocking trucks.
I wasn't blocking anything. That's a false report.
They want to take me to jail. To you right now, you start talking to somebody, you get a little more information as you talk to them. You know what I'm saying?
But
so that's what they finally said.
Can you answer me this? Yeah. Is it my job to answer your questions?
You don't have to answer my questions.
There we go. Now he says I'm detained for disorderly. Am I still being detained?
Yeah. They don't want to press charges. You don't allow them to.
So if I wanted to press charges, they'd be detained, right? You put them in handcuffs the same way.
What's that?
You put them in the handcuffs the same way if they were detained, right?
If I was investigating them for doing some sort of offense, and they weren't complying with anything I asked them to do.
So as I was trying to give him, I am complying. But here's 3802.
I'm blocking Alena Charlie. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, I tried to go ahead and let him. But if you want to read that for me.
I'm familiar.
So he doesn't want to get educated. That's the problem. Briggs, what's your badge number?
Let's get out of here.
What's your badge number, sir? I'm asking.
1447.
1447?
I gotta get out of the road, man, okay?
I asked you to get out of the roadway earlier. But I can't pass back here, sir. Huh? I can't pass back here. What? That's their property. Well, see this? This is my safety sign. See that telephone pole? Yeah. Okay. This is my easement.
Well, here's the thing. Anything else I could do for you? They're not wanting to press charges. They just say you didn't do anything. So.
Well, I didn't commit a crime, so it wouldn't matter. So, but do you understand 3802, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And that means I don't have to ID or anything until I have been lawfully arrested.
Yes, sir. I agree. Okay. I understand all that.
So that man, he detained me. I like an incident report since I was detained.
He never detained you.
He said I got it on film, sir.
No, did he?
He said I was legally being detained. He can tell you right now.
Okay. If he never put handcuffs on you or anything like that.
That doesn't matter. I was detained. I would like an incident report. Okay. So I can go ahead and press file a report against this officer for detaining me for no crime.
Okay. You'd have to go up to the South Lake Police Department.
No, sir. The report was on me. I can get that report right now. What's that incident number? I'll tell you what. Meet me at the station. I'll give it to you. That's not how it works. Can you get your supervisor?
I am the supervisor.
Can you get your supervisor, please?
Sure. Meet me at the station and I'll have you talk to him.
No, sir. I would like to come out here. Either give me an incident report or, I'm just going to have to, this is getting more difficult than what it has to be. Why are you so uptight? Why can't you just give me?
On the road right now.
Okay, I'm on an easement.
Are you going to let me talk?
Go on.
You're asking me a question, let me answer. Okay? All right. When I was asking you questions earlier, trying to get your side of the story, you didn't want to share anything. I told you I was here to get your side of the story.
All right, and was I fleeing from you or fighting with you or anything put you in danger?
No, you weren't.
So why would you put me in handcuffs?
I told you you're going to be detained. I asked you a simple thing was for my safety and your safety was to sit on the ground.
So here's the thing about sitting on the ground. So you don't know if I have medical issues, man.
Done. Okay.
Can I get an incident report?
I told you go.
Can I get an incident report?
I'll look it up for you, okay?
Can I get an incident report?
Yes, you can.
Can I get it right here, right now? Can I get the number right here? Because I know you can pull it.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's just forego formalities and get straight into it. For those of you guys that know me, welcome back. For those of you that don't know me, I'm a state police trainer and instructor. I have a law degree, and I like to break down videos, like to give you guys the case law and the facts. So, looking at this video, I personally think the First Amendment honor completely dunked on this cop. Absolutely. It's clear that he knows his rights. It's clear that he understands reasonable articulable suspicion. It's clear he understands at least the bare minimum of case law. And what's really refreshing to see from the law enforcement side of things, he's willing to take the ride, right? He brought up PPA a few times, so he has at least a legal framework of knowledge enough to realize, okay, I understand what might happen, and I'm ready to go with it. So I thought that was interesting. For those of you that don't know what PPA is, it means private person arrest. Fairly common language for Californians. In California, very common language. And so what's interesting is that the case law, California Pacific People versus Harris, 1967, actually talks about PPAs and basically states that if an officer takes custody of a suspect that's been arrested due to a PPA by a private citizen, it does not constitute an arrest by an officer. So that's something interesting just to kind of keep in mind in the back of your head. But when I hear PPA, and I'm sure there's other states that use this language, but the first thing that comes to my mind is California. And again, People v. Harris, 1967. But as we look at the video and the video progresses, right, again, I think the auditor did a really good job of affirming his rights, understanding he might have to take the ride. And then, at the very end, we see kind of a back and forth. Now, the only thing, and I'm just looking at this from my standpoint, right, and I have my own biases, right? I'm a cop. I have a law degree. I'm in this profession. I'm in this world. So my biases, are what they are. Personally, in a situation like this, right, I care about survivability, I care about maximum transparency, right, and then I care about accountability, right. I want to survive the encounter, I want transparency, I want accountability. So for me, and we've talked about this on this channel before, again, I think the auditor slam dunked on this cop, and I think he did everything well. Me personally, though, right, there was a great opportunity here to take the detainment question out of the equation, right? If he said, I'm going to handcuff you, me personally, and this is just me, I'm not going to fight it. I'm like, so you're going to handcuff me? Okay. And I'd put myself in the situation where he can perform that handcuffing procedure without incident, right? Because now there's no question, right? There's zero question as to was he detained, was he not detained? Like, all those questions go out the window because we have Torres v. Madrid, right? And put that on the screen for you there. We're 100% there, right? There's no more questions as to whether or not he was seized or detained. Absolutely he's detained. You have handcuffs on him. Absolutely detained. So if he wanted to go forward with a 18 USC 1943, 42 USC 1983 qualified immunity suit, man, we're there, right? You can absolutely articulate the fact that the person was detained. Of course I was detained, counselor. He put me in handcuffs. I was definitely not free to go. And so, at the end, we kind of see the officer back up, tremendously, trying to get out of there. Hey, I'll give you an instant number. You got to come to the station, right? We definitely saw backpedal hardcore there. But again, and maybe his intended purpose as an auditor is not for the accountability portion, right? Maybe he has no desire to sue the department, what have you. But again, that's the thing, right? You know, when you start requesting, because another thing, I would never, I'm not requesting supervisors, right? When you start requesting supervisors, when you start requesting other people to show up, right? Like, could one argue that you're prolonging your own encounter? That's a good argument. I mean, that's a good argument that can be made. Well, he wasn't detained. He was free to go, but he wanted more officers there. So with just, if he wants to place you in handcuffs and you put the handcuffs on and you affirm your right to remain silent unequivocally, right? You affirm it, Burgess v. Tompkins, right? You affirm your rights unambiguously, right? You invoke unambiguously according to, that's the verbiage that's used by SCOTUS. Yeah, we can absolutely attest that no, he was absolutely seized and detained, because you can kind of see they're going back and forth on that. So that's really the only only pointer that I have for you guys, just to kind of keep in mind and something to think about. But overall, I think he did a great job of affirming his rights. Slam dunk on this cop, and this cop needs to be better, right? Law enforcement. Reasonable articulable suspicion and probable cause needs to be your bread and butter. That needs to be foundational to patrol work. If you can't articulate that and you can't get past these humps of reasonable suspicion and probable cause, you don't need to be on the streets. You definitely don't need to be in the job as a law enforcement officer. That's my personal humble opinion, and that's backed by my training experience. And that's backed by doing this in real life, right? There's nothing that I present to you that makes me special, right? I'm literally just presenting to you what SCOTUS has already affirmed. And we see in Brown v. Texas 1979 is when that was affirmed, right? So a lot of this case law was affirmed before these people were even cops. So before they were even born, this case law has been affirmed. So again, just honest takeaways and honest things to look at, because I fear that until things change, we're going to continue to kind of see this ridiculousness in this space. So there you have it. Hope this video was helpful for you guys. But tell me what you think. Would you have asked for a supervisor? Would you have tried to convince them not to place you in handcuffs, or would you have just went along with the program so you could have sued later? Curious to know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. As always, guys, long live the Republic.